Okay, so like, yeah.
Hello, Anil and Abby. We'll just wait for other people also to join and begin this session. Abby and Anil, let's wait for a few more minutes and let's see if people are joining. Otherwise, we'll take this ahead and we can keep this session interactive in that case.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking out the time to, attend this session and listen to us. So let's get started. Today we have a very small quorum, so I will encourage all of you, Rishikesh, Abhi, Anil, Beatrice, to ask as many questions as possible. Also, before I begin, it will be good to know which organization you belong to and the designation that you hold. If you can quickly go one by one and share that.
Hi, Katika. This is Anil.
Hey, Anil.
I'm Page Industries, visual
Okay.
merchandiser.
Okay. Wonderful. Do you use Salesforce?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Great. Abby?
Hi, Kritika. Good evening. I am from Prime Focus Technologies. It's
Mhm.
IT manager.
Okay. And do you also use Salesforce?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Fair enough. I think we'll begin the other. Acha, I think. So feel free to ask questions. Let's make this interactive. And we'll see if we can conclude this a little early and save you some time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Perfect. So let's begin. So today we are going to be talking about Adobe Acrobat Sign and our integration with Salesforce. So the agenda that I have planned for today is as follows. We're going to be talking about challenges first. What are the challenges that are being faced by organizations? Some maybe, what you hear a lot, some may be new to you. So we'll take it as it goes. We'll also talk about Adobe Sign and our integration with Salesforce, then talk about our certain use cases of how Adobe Acrobat Sign has been used along with Salesforce, of course. We have recently introduced a new technology, which is our document builder, which basically helps you build documents in Salesforce. And we're going to talk about that and explain to you how that works. Then we're going to talk about benefits, how this will benefit, different personas, IT people or sales personas or multiple personas within the company. What kind of benefits can they hope from such an integration being available to them? I'll also show you a very short demo on how you can produce a sales order from Salesforce with the help of our document builder and Adobe Acrobat Sign solution. And then we'll talk about a few customer stories, wherein we'll talk about how some of our customers have found success while implementing Sign and Salesforce together. So let's get started. So these are some top challenges that are being faced by the sales organization, right? The deals are at risk because of the poor customer experience. Around 78% of the deals are at risk. 68% companies say that they have just disjoint systems between, the lead generation pipeline and sales contract. All of these are disjoint systems, and there is no easy way to manage all of them. 71% of sales rep time is actually spent in back office tasks. So they are the customer facing employees, right? We need to ensure that they have as much as time possible in front of a customer. But if a lot of their work is done running back end tasks, that is actually pulling them away from their core capabilities, right? Also, customers and partners may not be available at the time you want. If you send a paper contract to them, it takes a long turnaround time to get a paper contract signed and managed. Reps that are not that in the field can't send contracts from their mobile phone. So at times reps maybe be hustling between two customers, and they want to send documents, and all they have is the tab on their mobile phone, between catching flights, and they want to utilize that to send a contract document. They can do that with this integration. And also, whenever you have manual efforts being invested into creating sales contracts or sales documents that are being sent to the customer, there might be certain mistakes that are being made, right? Because of the manual process, the nature of a manual process. So how can this Adobe Acrobat Sign integration with Salesforce help you in this? So with Adobe Acrobat Sign and Salesforce, there are 5 things that you'll be able that will help your organization. It'll help you deliver exceptional personalized services, not only to your salesperson, but also help them give this to their customers. It'll accelerate your customers' life cycle and drive operational efficiency, because you'll see when I show you the demo that in a few clicks they'll be able to send out a customized sales order agreements to their customer, and get those signed. Also enable automated workflows that are secured and compliant by design. So any document that gets signed with Adobe Acrobat Sign is legal and compliant to the country it is being signed in, right? Achieves the fastest time to value, because the turnaround time has now reduced. You're able to see a lot of value because you're completely going from paper processes to digital processes. And not only that, with our document builder capability, we'll help you build documents as well, customized documents as well, which they can then be sent out for signing. and basically convert your partially digital, partially physical process into 100% digital workflow to drive growth and enhance customer as well as your employees' experience. Right. So it's a both way deal wherein you can help. You can help manage your sales team's experience as well as their customers' experience. Now, when it comes to our partnership with Salesforce, especially in Adobe Acrobat Sign front, we have a long-standing relationship, and our apps were published on Salesforce back in 2006. So we've been there for a good 16 years. The top app, it's one of the top apps in the App Exchange, highly utilized. A lot of people are sending documents using Adobe Acrobat Sign from their Salesforce instance. We have a summit level partnership with Salesforce when it comes to Adobe Acrobat Sign. Now, when you are Salesforce customers, you could be, you could have access to one of their clouds or multiple clouds that they have, right? So Adobe Acrobat Sign integrates with Sales Cloud, Services Cloud, Community Cloud, CPQ Cloud, Health Cloud, and Financial Services Cloud. So basically what this means is there are certain standard objects which will get access to our solution, and basically you'll be able to set this up, or you'll be able to have point and click setup for these. We can also help you set up for, if you want an integration between a custom object, a custom object has been created in your environment, and you want Adobe Acrobat Sign to be linked to that custom object so that the documents that are being generated in that custom objects can be sent to someone for their signatures. So that can also be done through Adobe Acrobat Sign. So with having access to multiple different clouds in Salesforce, we can help you manage your agreement templates, document generation, digital signature, payments, signing and non-signature roles also. So what does that mean? Signing and non-signing roles. So maybe you want to have an approval. Suppose you've created a nice Jaxi document, but for that document, you need your manager to approve it before it actually goes out to the customer, and that kind of an approval workflow can also be built. We also integrate with Process Builder to manage your workflows, right? And when it comes to compliances, we are compliant with the GDPR, CFR 21 Part 11, and many other compliances which you would need uh, for your signing solution to have. So the same compliances that we meet outside the integration of Salesforce, like the standalone product, all the compliances that we have for our standalone product are the same compliances we adhere to when integrating with Adobe, when integrating our Adobe Acrobat Sign product with Salesforce solution. So basically, this integration that we are talking about is a very tight integration, and it's a plug and play solution. Of course, if you need certain customizations and all of that, you would need to code. But essentially, if your work is sending documents out of certain standard objects like account, opportunity, contacts, these are already integrated objects, right? So no coding would be required. It's built on Salesforce platform. It leverages Salesforce admin and user deployment, stays in Salesforce. Enhanced step-by-step workflow wizard works with Salesforce both. So we integrate both with Lightning and Classic instances of Salesforce. So if you're most of you must be working on Lightning now. So yeah, we work very well with Lightning interface as well. You'll be able to create, send, or sign documents from any device, including mobile phones. And you'll also have multiple authentication methods, including government. So we have Aadhaar authentication as a part of our sign solution, and the same can be leveraged via our Adobe Acrobat Sign integration with SFDC. Now let's talk about users. There are multiple use cases that we can address. So if it is a banking use case and you are dealing with certain retail banks, We can help you set up KYC, retail banking mortgage process. In business banking, we can help you with credit cards, onboarding new SMB clients, managing existing corporate accounts, loan and lease agreements. We also can help you set up use cases for commercial and corporate banking, right? Now, let's talk. So these are like very high level processes, right? So this is for banking. We could have similar use cases for HR, sales running out of, or healthcare running out of Salesforce. Now, let's talk about certain use cases that have been there and how we've been able to improve upon these use cases using Adobe Acrobat Sign, right? So suppose you have a new client enrollment in your system. So the customer will showcase interest. There's a paper application that is filled out. There are in-person meetings, bank visits, or snail mail. And once the in-person meeting happens, there is a signature on a physical document during client enrollment in a banking solution that would be done, right? And this application process would take up to 10 days to to educate the customer about all the facilities we are providing them and helping them agree to the solution that we are trying to sell to them, right? This entire turnaround time would take around 10 days. And then there would be a manual data entry agreement. Once they've been signed, they have to be approved. If the document is not approved, it will go back to the paper application, and the approval process in itself would take a few days. So all in all, there would be like a 21-day cycle just to enroll one client. But if we were to use Adobe Acrobat Sign in this instance, we would be able to automate this process in a way that as soon as a person shows interest in becoming a client to that particular bank, a digital application will be sent out to fill an e-sign. Now, after the application has been sent, there could be an online review with them in a team session or a Google chat session wherein the person can go ahead and make the corrections in his application. And once they've made the correction, it'll just follow the seamless and submitted the document. It'll just follow the seamless approval process and have that agreement activated. Now, this 21-day turnaround time, the manual process that we were seeing earlier, could now be reduced to approximately 2 days, depending on the availability of the person, setting up these review calls and setting up these review calls and having the approval. So basically now the blockage is not the paper process, the paper that we are sending to the client and having them read through it and then creating a physical meeting. Now the roadblock is only explaining to the client what they need to do and getting an internal approval. Only those things take time, not the signing and transferring of the documents, so on and so forth. Now let's look at sales contracts as well, right? Sales contracts, all the sales information is already there in your Salesforce instance, right? From account, multiple opportunities that you hold for account, your connects in that account, so your contacts in that account, everything about a particular opportunity or an account, it would be available in Salesforce. But traditionally, these documents would have a lot of manual processes and processes that they need to go through, right from finding a template, creating a contract, sending it on an email for review, then after it has been reviewed, applying edits, having an approval done, and then emailing, converting it into a PDF and emailing it to the client. Client will print, sign, scan, and then email. So there are a lot of manual steps that are happening here and a lot of physical steps that need to be done, right? Now, if we were to have this process with the integration, we would be able to automatically create a contract, send it to customer in an automated manner. The customer just needs to sign the agreement. Signed agreement again will roll into Salesforce automatically, and the workflows could be triggered. The other workflows or associated workflows could be triggered that yes, once you have got the signed contract in, the billing can get started, or the order management bit of it can be activated so that you actually manage the order that you've just undertaken in that sales contract. So from 22 steps, having 15 manual steps, we were able to get this down to a mere 4 steps, which needed a little bit of intervention, like someone had to make a click or put in certain information. So 4 steps, and all of these there were no manual steps in it, right? So that the documents that are being generated are conforming to the standards of your organization. There's no tampering, and the right information is flowing to your customer, wherein they can be educated enough and they'll sign the document, and they don't even have to send it back to you. It'll automatically come back to you, right? Similarly, if it was if you were from pharmaceutical companies and or these clinical testing organizations, right? And you wanted to enroll a patient in your facility, and to enroll that patient, you needed them to sign a consent form. Again, this is a very paper-based process wherein they'll have to fill, review, uh, correct, and then hand over the physically signed copy to the staff. And also, after it has been signed, the documents will need to be stored in a physical storage, and any analytics that you want to conduct will be very manual in nature. So this kind of a process would entail like 12 steps, and out of which 7 steps would be manual, wherein a form is given to the patient, they are going to fill it, then sign it, then give it back to the person. So a lot of manual steps again in here. We can again reduce this, wherein we digitally send the form to the patient at their own space and time. They can go ahead, review this form, be prepared to ask relevant questions, go ahead and sign the document. And as soon as they sign it, there's no manual intervention required. It'll be stored, and and you can draw your conclusions and findings out of it. So again, this 12-step process was reduced to a mere 2-step process, right? And there's no manual intervention being involved. So this, what we are talking about right now, is just Adobe Acrobat Sign's capability to sign documents that are there in Salesforce, right? So right now you're creating documents on your own. You're just sending these created documents to respective people, or created documents or standard documents, because these undertakings are fairly standard. You just need to have an agreement in place, have proper signatures, but everybody involved signs the same document essentially, right? What if we could take this to the next level? So this is where our Adobe Acrobat Sign document builder for Salesforce comes in, which basically essentially does 2 things, right? It will pull data from Salesforce. So you have in Salesforce, you have multiple objects, and these objects would be in a certain hierarchy. So any hierarchy that you select, you would be able to pull data from child objects as well as master objects, and pull this data into a template, right? Now, before the document builder came in, essentially, right? All of these processes, finding the template, researching sales document data, re-enter data, reformat table, all of this was outside the scope of Adobe. We would only come in when the document needed to be signed and sent securely, and also saved in our platform as well as Salesforce. But now with our this document generation facility that we have provided, you'll be able to create these customized documents, generate data-driven agreements in seconds, and send these for e-signature approvals, and track these within Salesforce, and also securely store data in Salesforce. So the entire cycle of creating documents using the data within Salesforce to getting those documents signed can now be done with Adobe Acrobat Sign. Now, before we move on to how does this help various personas, I think it'll be more effective for us to kind of see that, how this actually functions, right? So let's do a short demo. So here I am in my Salesforce instance, and I'll open up the sales app. And I am actually going to be wearing the hat of salesperson who wants to send a sales order to one of the opportunities that he's working on. So to do that, I'll go into opportunities. I'll go into Burlington Textile weaving plant generator. I'll click on details. So here you can see that, this is actually being linked to the Burlington Textile account that is there. So in here, we have all the details about the account, the address of the account. So we'll be able to actually pull in all of this information. So this is like a master object to the opportunity object, and we'll be able to pull in details from this account object as well, like name of the account, the address of the account, so on and so forth. Then when we look at the opportunity, of course, has certain products associated with it. So as a salesperson in this particular company, today I want to be selling these three products, this diesel generator of 1000 watt, 1000 kilowatt, a 10 watt, 10,000 watt generator, and also give them an platinum customer service, right? So these are three products slash services that I have got associated with this particular opportunity. And this is a child object to opportunity object, and we'll be pulling in all of this data, right? So I want to now send a sales order which contains the information about my account as well as details about all the products that I want to quote for, right? So all I have to do is click on the send for signature button. So I have clicked on that send for signature button, and what it does is, so I have this is all predefined. The admin will predefine that, okay, this for this particular kind of a contract or document, it needs to be sent to the manager for them to approve. So here they're going to play the role of an approver. And then after they have sent it, it needs to go to the customer. In this case, Shilpa is the customer who is, a part of this particular account. So, and the documents that we are creating, are generating is this sales order document, as well as a part of the document, we additionally want them to sign the non-disclosure agreement as well. So I'll just go ahead, preview, and add signature fields. So as you can see here, we've got Burlington, the name of the company, the fact that it was prepared by me. This name has also been pulled in. We've also got the entire product list that we are proposing to this particular client, right? So we've got these 10,000 watt generator and two 10 kilowatt generator and 2000 kilowatt generator, which is the same as what we had at the opportunity level. So if I was to go into this opportunity again, you will see that the quantity was 10 for 10 kilowatt generator, and the quantity was 2 for 1000 kilowatt generator, right? So it's the same quantity that is being pulled in. And of course, you can also have conditional text being pulled in. So since this account is based out of US, so if you remember, this particular opportunity was actually linked to this particular account, and this account has an address that is based out of USA, right? So right now, terms and condition of US are added here. So conditions that are applicable to USA are listed here. So basically what we are trying to say is you can put in conditional text also based on the region that that particular company belongs to. So for different use cases, you can have different conditions that are being applied, right? And you have the non-disclosure agreement as well. And have two people signing it. Looks good. And all you have to do is to click on send. Now this document has been sent. Let's go ahead and open up the email IDs of the manager. So we've got this approval request for sales order. All I have to do is to click on review and approve. Click on continue to agree to signing a document using eSign, and then scroll through the document or use these tags to actually sign the document. Click on apply. And again, just clicking to approve. So once I've approved and signed this document, it will now go to Shilpa. So you can see that this request has come in. I'm wearing Shilpa's hat. I'm going to review and sign the document. Again, the same document. I'm just going to go ahead, apply my signature, add in a PO number. And click to sign and just sign this document. And that's it. I'm done. As a salesperson, also my task is complete to send out the document to the customer. My manager has approved it in a matter of minutes, and the customer has also reviewed and signed the document, right? But as a salesperson, how do I come to know if this document has been signed or not? So again, of course, you'll get email alerts as well. So if that has been configured in your environment, you'll get Outlook email alerts that this particular document has been signed. In case that has not been configured, you can always come into the opportunity object, and there is an agreement tab linked to it. So we are in account. We'll go back to opportunity. And there is this agreement tag linked to it. I'm just going to refresh this. So initially it was just 9 agreements. Right now it is showcasing 10 agreements. And see, you have the date also that this was signed today, 31st first. And I can always come in here and check the document that was signed. So this document has been downloaded. So I'll go into my download, and this is the sales order that has been downloaded. So open it up. So basically, your single source of truth will always be your Salesforce, and at any stage, you'll be able to understand, who has signed what and when, right? Let's just open it up again. So here, this is the signed document. And you can scroll through it. That this has been signed both by Mary and by Shilpa, right? And that's it. So even the salesperson can come back into his opportunity and see the signed document. And the agreement status is also mentioned here, right? If the document has been signed, if it has not been signed, if it's in draft stage, pre-sent, so on and so forth. So at any juncture, you'll be able to know if it has been signed and not sent and things like that. Okay. So basically, how does this help you, right? We have created this system, but how does this help you? with Document Builder specifically, the IT team, not much coding would be required. You will be able to, place in those conditional logics and eliminate business risk. So you will actually be able to create customized documents for the customer, maybe based on the range that he is in, or the geography that they work out of, and multiple other factors. We also enable dynamic formatting and empower all the documents that are being created or need to be created within Salesforce. For the business user or the sales rep, as you saw, this was a very seamless process. We were able to complete the entire document in seconds. It was always accurate, and we were able to generate these documents in minutes and just have them sent out. For the legal and compliance teams, once they have helped you set up the template, put in all the conditional logics that they want in place, they'll be able to ensure compliance for every new sales document, devote resources to value added projects rather than working on those mundane documents that they're signing day in and day out with the customer, and also eliminate the deal desk headache, right? They'll be able to, because there's standardization of documents across the organization, there'll be little variations that they need to stick to every time and approve every time. So we've already seen the demo. From an organization's perspective, you'll have increased productivity, right from IT team to your sales team to your internal team supporting the sales support team. As you saw, we also had faster turnaround time. We were able to reduce the time of documents getting generated to the time the documents were getting signed. Greater ROI for most of your precious resources. Like, you're not going to be investing resources on mundane tasks, right? The salesperson really doesn't have to think twice before requesting for an agreement. Once they request for an agreement, it automatically gets generated from prerequisite conditions that they have that the admins would have stated beforehand. Also reduce the doggen TOC, right? So you'll be able to, because we'll help you even create documents, you'll be able to reduce that headache, basically. So how has this now helped organization across, right? Or other organizations. So there's an organization that goes by the name of CXC, and basically they sometimes have to meet their clients' requirements with the help of contingent workers. Now, these contingent workers need to sign multiple documents before they can be onboarded. Could be tax document, employment agreements, client contracts. And they used to draw up hundreds of contract every month and had a dedicated compliance team to check the accuracy of the documents as well, right? But with this integration of Salesforce and Adobe Acrobat Sign, this handles nearly 2 times typical business volume with seamless contract processes, saves up to 48 hours for 28 hours, sorry, per month, by saving 2 to 3 minutes out of each contract that is being signed. It is automatically populating contract details. So the contract details that are being created, they get pre-populated automatically, as well as high standards of data security and auditability. So as you know, any Adobe Acrobat sign document has an audit trail associated with it. So even that audit trail is going to be stored with that particular document, right? We also similarly, Wallpark and Sony Bank were able to better the company's document creation and document signing process with this integration of Salesforce and Adobe Acrobat Sign. So Sony Bank was using this for for contracts, and basically the mortgage loan contracts, and they were able to complete the contract work in a few hours versus 2 to 3 weeks that would be required earlier. Reduce the workload and cost, eliminate the need of registered seals, seal certificates, so on and so forth, and address the large increase in the number of contracts that they were doing on a daily basis, right? So if they were executing 5 contracts in a day, they could now, exponentially execute more contracts in a day and onboard more clients for mortgage or loan. Uh, Towards the end, I actually just want to give you this one link. I'm also going to place this link in the chat box right now. So basically, this link takes you through our installation guide, right, for Salesforce. So if you have like a dummy instance of Salesforce, you can, actually sign up for a 30-day trial. So let me just show that to you real quickly. So basically, this is the link. Yeah, this is where the link will. Just excuse me. Sorry. So basically, this link opens up to this page, and what you can do is this page now will have additional links which will help you download the app. So if you click here, you'll be able to go into App Exchange, download the app from here. Once you have downloaded and installed the app, you can sign up for a 30-day trial. So you'll have this. So you have access to this free trial, sign up for free trial. You can sign this up. Just remember the email that you use to roll in for your Salesforce instance needs to be the same as the email for needs to be the same as the roll up for your needs to be the same for your Adobe Acrobat sign instance also. So whatever email that you have used to generate your Salesforce account, use the same email address to sign up for this free trial, and you can try this yourself. It's plug and play. It will give you a lot of opportunity within your organization as well. So that is it from my end. If there are any questions, Anil and Abby, please, I can take them now. Anil, I didn't get you.
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. Yeah. So do you think you'll go ahead and try this out?
Yes.
That's nice.
And
That's nice
let
to
one
hear.
one thing. It's a part of the Acrobat or it's a other application.
So this is a part of our Adobe Acrobat Sign application. So as a part of our Document Cloud solution, Adobe Document Cloud solution, we have 4 pillars. We have Acrobat, which is what you just spoke about. We have Adobe Sign. So this is a
Okay.
part of our Adobe Sign pillar. The other 2 pillars are standard integrations, out of the box integrations, and APIs that we offer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because our
So,
organization using the previously means currently using DocuSign. It's the
okay.
whatever you explain, it's similar to the same process workflow.
So you're using that, you're
Doc,
using Salesforce integration of DocuSign, is it?
not not Salesforce, the
Yeah.
other thing one.
Okay, so for other system or standalone, you're using
Yes,
DocuSign, is it?
yes, standalone.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. So
I'm using
actually,
an
we,
integration.
yeah, we have this. So the integration that I just explained to you, right? We give this document generation facility as an add-on to the sign. So you
Okay,
have Adobe Acrobat sign, right? And like in Salesforce, you would be buying envelopes. So in sign, we have transactions that you buy. So we just charge you for the transactions, and essentially these apps that you saw, the document builder app as well as with the Salesforce app, we don't charge you externally for it. So basically, just at the cost of your transactions, you'll be able to generate documents within Salesforce as well as get those signed. So
okay, okay. Understood.
that's the capability and the key to remember, right? That
Mm.
you're generating documents. So, because you saw, right, when I was explaining, you saw that those documents are getting generated with the real time information that is being stored in your Salesforce instance. So once
Yes,
these
yes,
documents get generated, you can then just go ahead and send those out for signing or approvals and all. So traditionally, what you would have had to do is have a document generation solution and then have sign, right?
yes,
Now you can do both these things in one go. And our USP basically is the fact that we will just charge you essentially for the transactions. We're not going to additionally charge you for document generation, which which our competitors at times do. So
okay, okay,
yeah. So have a go at this, because this is a very this document generation piece is pretty recent. So it came out in August 2022 is when we came up with this document generation offering along with Adobe Acrobat Sign specifically for Salesforce, right? This is only there in our integration with Salesforce and not other integrations. So if your organization has a lot of documents getting generated and signed on Salesforce, this is something you should consider.
okay. I have to check that.
Yeah. Which organization do you belong to, Abby? Again, I know I asked this question in the beginning.
Prime Focus Technologies.
Prime Focus. So, okay. So do you use Salesforce? Of course, that's why you're here. But are you generating a lot of documents out of Salesforce?
I am actually the part of the IT team.
Okay.
I'm not creating any document, or I'm not sending any document for outsourcing. I'm just
Okay.
supporting the team. Today, the entire team, because the month end, the team completely busy.
Ah.
Attended that.
Okay. Okay. I think that's why we have low percentage also for people joining the session today, because 31st is generally the month end
Yeah,
that is. Yeah.
yeah,
No, definitely, I can understand. But from an IT perspective, you would know what are the processes that are there, or you can be on an eye out, right? Like now you've seen the product, so you know what kind of use cases maybe in your
yes,
company that
yes,
you can solve for, and you can be the winner there and suggest that this is something you can explore about. So
yeah. We have the Acrobat, we have the Adobe account. Then suddenly, sign also there. I can integrate the Salesforce if they're not there.
yeah,
Then because of DocuSign we are using that also charge base. This
yeah,
much
yeah.
we help to save the cost.
Definitely. We charge for we charge for transactions, like I mentioned. So if you
Yeah.
want to if you want to connect with anyone in our team, I'll give you an email as well. Uh, it- Where is your where are you headquartered out of?
Mumbai, Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay. So I'm just sharing this link with you. this email ID. So whenever you have, like, if you feel there is an opportunity for us to kind of pitch this, definitely, just look them up.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, we
Pallavi.
all.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure, sure. We already touching with Adobe Teams because we have
Okay.
the big account on the Adobe Premiere, After Effects, everything is there.
Okay. So you are an Acrobat customer, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have the sales team also. They are using the DocuSign, not a Acrobat reader, much more.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this, whatever you explained, is very useful to me.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
definitely. Now you can go, and if you need help, we can also help you. Please feel free to reach out to Pallavi. I've shared her email ID, and we can take this through the process as
yeah,
well.
sure.
Okay. Anything else, Abhi and Anil? Acha, yeah.
Anil already gone.
Yeah. Fair enough. Thanks, Abby. I think we'll conclude this session now. And yeah, look forward to
Yeah,
hearing from
thank you.
you. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yeah, bye.